Breaking news from Chicago's southwest suburbs. What begins as an apparent car accident ends in gunfire at a grocery store. At this hour, investigators still piecing together clues after a chaotic afternoon in Oak Forest. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dana Kozlov. We've been following this breaking story closely for hours now. The whole incident apparently started with a car crash a couple of blocks away from that grocery store. That's where CBS 2's Sabrina Franza is live. Sabrina, you spoke to people who watched it all unfold.
Dana, we're standing where 21-year-old Keturah Wilson fled from police. She was driving that car, crashed along this street here, ran into this barber shop, and then continued along the street to the supermarket where that scene ended, where she later died. Now, the exchange that she had in that barber shop was all caught on exclusive cell phone video. You should see that here on your screen. She tried to get in when one of the barbers told her to drop the gun and turn herself into police. She did not. Instead, she ran. You can see her running away from officers down the street towards the Food for Less supermarket. She made it so far away in just seconds. We highlighted her in the distance for you. And as you just heard, that's where the police chase ended after she fired at police officers inside the store and officers fired back. Meantime, we spoke with the barber who tried to get that suspect to turn herself in.
I told her, I'm like, just throw your gun on the ground, turn yourself in, it's not even worth it. She looked at me for like a minute. She just kept staring, and then after that, she just took off. She started running down the street.
Now, it's still not clear if there was anyone else involved in that original accident. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this story and bring you the very latest as soon as we have any more information. We're live in Oak Forest. Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Sabrina, thank you. Chaotic for sure. CBS 2's Sharday Gray is at that grocery store. Sharday, what are investigators telling you?
Well, Dana, this scene has been taped off for hours now, and within the last half hour, we learned that the suspect in the shooting in this store has died. We do know that earlier this afternoon, the city of Oak Forest tweeted there was an active shooter in the area of 159th and Central Avenue, going on to say the suspect was a woman. 21-year-old Keturah Wilson of Calumet City went into the Food for Less on 159th Street, and she and Oak Forest police officers exchanged gunfire. An officer and Wilson were both hit by that gunfire. Jackie Human says she and her husband shop at Food for Less every Sunday, and she says she heard yelling, it escalated, and then she heard gunshots.
I stood there for a minute. I didn't know which direction it was coming from. And then when I realized it wasn't stopping, I ran with the other people.
Now, both the officer and Wilson were taken to the hospital, and later Wilson died from her wounds. The officer is in stable condition. Reporting live from Oak Forest, Sharday Gray, CBS 2 News.
All right, Sharday, thank you. Lots of details to still piece together, I'm sure.